What's up everybody, it is the Dark Conservatarian, and like I said here in this video, I still am making the video talking about the talk shit get hit principle, but for right now, I've been shared this video to me twice by two different family members of mine that's been about banning Wait, why can't I say all I'm saying is seriously, is not a curse word. Hold on a second everyone. The video is about banning porn, and knowing what my beliefs are on this, and since this video was shared to me twice among other pro-porn ban videos, I found it necessary to respond to it, because I guess I'm still not done yet with arguing against banning it. Oh boy, cue the intro and let's get this done with. ReadChoi's is a Christian/comedy internet personality who I followed for a bit, but I think unfollowed because his disagreeable takes were getting too much, or maybe I never followed him, I can't remember exactly. He fits into that weird niche of devout Christian internet personality who is also heavily critical of America, if not disliking the country, anti-conservative, but also advocates for bans on sins like drugs, porn, and other stuff. Kind of like Memes for Jesus, who I still follow despite his annoying anti-libertarianism, oddly enough. But he's for another time. Right now, let's get into ReadChoi's arguments for banning porn, or corn, as he calls it for the sake of the algorithm on Facebook.
Hey, did you hear that they're trying to outlaw the corn industry and corn videos? That's horrible. A lot of women are going to be out of work and they're going to be the most vulnerable in our society.
For the record, I've never used such an argument, and I don't know of many people who do, much less people on the right. Maybe I've heard it from some leftists, but you'll have to take it up with them as far as them using this kind of argumentation.
I don't know. Aren't the children that are exposed to this content and then some of them are trafficked and coerced to film this content the most vulnerable?
The main argument to children being exposed to porn is that it's the responsibility of the adults to actually parent their kids instead of using the internet as a babysitter and make sure they're not exposed to it. Not the porn makers who may not even intend children to watch their stuff. As far as trafficked kids being the most vulnerable, yes they are. Doesn't mean most porn makers are responsible for such action. It's still only a minority of cases. Less than 10% of all porn is made using trafficking victims or children. And if even a minority of an industry crime is being committed is enough for you to want to ban the whole industry, then you have a long laundry list of legislation you ought to start passing, tradcons. Good luck with that. Let's not just ban all of Hollywood and Hollywood movies because a minority of them had sex crimes happening behind the scenes. Let's ban the entire movie-making industry too, for that matter, including Angel Studios. If the only party that you guys wanted to incriminate was Pornhub, who have been caught being complacent in child and trafficking exploitation, then that's one thing. More people would be for it, me especially, but that isn't where you want to stop now, is it? You want to ban porn makers who don't commit such crimes to be shut down and arrested too, don't you?
This isn't about protecting adolescents. This has always been about controlling women.
Actually, the argument from the people you are attempting to quote would more likely say that you're just trying to control morality based wholly off of religion, more than say you're controlling women. Maybe leftists would also say the latter, but a bigger portion of people, both left, right, and center, say the former of what I just said. Far be it for me to use that specific argument myself. I use more appeals to liberty than anything else to say why porn shouldn't be banned, but still, I'm just trying to be honest.
Because what are those corn actors going to do now?
Again, talk to the leftists who make these arguments. I can't speak on this point. And on a side note, this is what I actually hate most about these types of videos. TikTok political videos are the most egregious at this, in fact. Instead of playing the video of their opposition and their arguments that they're attempting to respond to, they'll opt to just instead pretend and act as their opposition, thus risking a straw man. Not accusing ReadChoi's of straw manning, but I would have actually liked to hear the arguments of the actual person he's pretending to talk to right out of the horse's mouth instead of him act it out. And I'm not saying that acting and pretending to be your own opposition is always bad, but still, you kind of risk a straw man at this point, and it's just in general kind of annoying with how much that it actually happens.
Be productive members of society, stop leeching off of the emotionally vulnerable.
You're talking about men or even women who are heartbroken and can't get a good love life, right? Well, that's them, or us, shooting themselves in the foot, nobody else. And if bad addictive habits existing is a good enough reason to ban something, then I'd hate to hear your opinions on banning alcohol and video games, and not just the violent ones too.
And stop warping the minds of the youth, poisoning them, misleading them on concepts of consent and love.
The love part, I don't disagree with. Porn does give people a bad idea of what love actually is, but the consent part? What the fuck you getting on about? You seriously implying that porn viewers are rapists in the making?
No, you don't understand. They're going to keep changing the definition of what corn is. First it's going to be corn, then it's going to be because my bikini is too small, or that I'm going to wear a bikini at all, or that my shirt is see-through, or that my skirt is too short. They're just trying to control women.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear what ReadChoi has to say to this point. Like, where's the line drawn when banning porn, huh?
Wow, that is paranoid.
Whoa, you can't just brush those concerns off, Mr. Choi. They're legit questions. I get as much that you all want to ban Pornhub, fine, and I guess it's safe to assume that you also want to ban Brazzers and all the other lesser known porn sites too. But what about OnlyFans models? Even after you shut down OnlyFans, you want to ban and arrest them? Or how about Instagram models who aren't nude but are a lot of the times just rather immodest? And what about those girls on the beach in their bikinis? It isn't paranoia. People have been arrested before for bikinis too. Check out Philosophossum's video on that for more. What about R-rated movies with nude scenes in them? Or even people, both young and old, who just draw pornographic stuff? This is what frustrates me about tradcons in the porn debate. They dodge around the hard questions of what specifically they want banned and who are the people who should be arrested for such, and instead will just chalk it up to just stupidly, simply as ban porn. It's an important question to ask because porn isn't just two people doing intercourse for a porn video made by a fairly sizable porn production company. It's also amateurs posting their standalone stuff wherever they can. It's potentially R-rated movies, Joe Schmo drawing his imaginary girlfriend, and even women who just dress ever so slightly provocatively to where they're just getting called a whore.
Being able to save our youth at the expense of enforced modesty seems like a fair trade.
Wait, are you for real? You really are open to the idea of arresting people who just dress immodestly? I know that there's the examples of LGBT degenerates who dance in nude in front of kids, but for fuck's sake, that doesn't happen with every immodest or naked person, not even most of them. And neither does it happen with every LGBT or either, side note. What's next? Are we gonna mandate women, and even men too for that matter, to all dress in burqas?
Because the one thing that we need to stop telling our young women is that their most valuable commodity is their bodies, and that freedom is being able to dress as sleazily as they want.
It literally is, though. I don't advocate for it because it really is devaluing their own beauty, in my opinion, but being legally allowed to dress like a slut literally is an optimization of freedom. But being forced at gunpoint to dress or not dress in any particular way is not.
No, we should be telling them that what is inside is what matters, that they should try to develop character and responsibility and be the best person that they can be.
And you literally need a ban in order to tell that message to women? Newsflash, you don't. You don't need a ban to get anyone to stop making or indulging in porn. In fact, it could literally have no effect as far as one's heart and mind on lust goes. I tire of this ongoing debate I've been facing the last few years, and I especially tire of conservatives not wanting to get into the weeds of what type of porn they want banned or not and how to execute it. In fact, I tire of this subject to the point that I can't think of any climactic way of ending this video, so I'm just gonna do it here. If you like this video, be sure to remember to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like it, be sure to stick around and subscribe. And if you're a traditionalist conservative who wants to ban porn, I implore you to address the questions I asked about the specifics of your beliefs, at least in the comment section of this video, because we're most definitely getting nowhere with this stuff with that not being addressed. I'm the Dark Conservatarian. You all have a good day, and let 2 or more consenting adults do what they want sex-wise without government interference, be it on porn or otherwise, even if it isn't good for them. And God bless.